Hi, everybody. This is the Ducky Gwen, and this is
Alien Wicked.
welcome to yet another episode of Ducky and the Alien. We have just gotten back from doing a hiatus on this channel. Last week it
Yeah,
was the Ducky Alien Files. We were originally going to do a comeback video for Ducky and Alien last week, but then Wicked here had some last minute plans to tend to. So
yeah.
that was delayed, but now here we are. Anyway, we're going to talk about how to respond to negative comments on YouTube as well as other social media. And then we're going to talk about pollen season, aka spring.
That's you. Yeah, I thought of that one. Oh, God.
Yeah. So we're going to start off on how to respond to negative comments online. So,
Yeah,
Wicked, how do you respond to negative
I,
comments online?
I used to retaliate and say stupid stuff when I was younger, but now I just say, put a thumbs up or whatever, or if it's on YouTube, a heart, and just piss them off even more that way.
In other words, kill them with kindness.
Yes, that's what I've learned to do over the years.
Me
And
personally, I also used to get really upset at negative comments, especially those posted on YouTube, as well as sites like Vine and Facebook, and believe it or not, PixArt. I once had a negative comment on PixArt on one of my challenge entries from 5 years ago. It was one of the most popular posts I made on there too. Keep in
uh,
mind, this was in Spanish, but it had the Spanish equivalent of the B word.
oh, the
Yeah,
female dog.
that's
Oh, that's
right.
mean. That's mean. I
I
understand
guess.
that
But
complete.
here's the thing, I did not get too angry at the comment. I was just like, brushed it off. Beforehand, I would respond by basically trying to defend myself, but ultimately that did no good. This was on a YouTube video in particular that I made back when the Batman shootings happened.
Yeah,
And let's just say things did not go well, and I ended up deleting the video a few hours later, but not before getting about 400 views. So, yeah.
that's you
And
got
I
400 views on what topic?
the Batman shootings, this was right around the time when it was happening.
Batman shooting?
You know, the one that happened in Colorado.
I didn't hear about that
Now you know. We're not going to go any further than that.
because you don't want any more snide comments. I understand that.
Well, not just that, but don't want to give attention to this so-called Joker wannabe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that I may have heard something about the a-hole that I think I may have heard about on a true crime thing. Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
uh, that being said, I don't pay attention to the assholes. I just pay attention to the victims. Anyways,
Yeah, out of respect for the victims, his name's not going to be mentioned on here. Nor
out
that I ever want to mention his name anyway, because, dead horse.
yeah, beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
I've heard that expression in high school. Anyways, usually people end up putting laugh remarks on haha, what do you call it? Reactions on Facebook on something I may have worked really hard on. And it's like, you can just drop dead. And
Oh,
there have been times I said it, but now I just think it, and now I just say, well, I just messaged a person. I wish you well, go away, kind of thing.
yes. Again, the concept of killing them with kindness.
Yep.
Yeah, I did receive negative comments on posts of mine that were not on YouTube, but on Twitter and on, believe it or not, actually, I take it back. It was on YouTube too. It was over an Onision video. At least this dude had the balls to PM me about his issues with the comment I made on it. It was a reply to a certain person, or rather, it was reply to the video itself. I ended up apologizing to the person that replied to me, and he said it was very mature of me. Believe it or not, the message was 2 years old by the time I got to it. Like, this was like 2013 or something like that. But yeah, it was a
Yes.
pretty nasty message. And
Oh
believe it or
God.
not, I did get upset about it. I
I
actually made a
believe
post on LiveJournal about it once, but like
you
many of my
have.
posts on there, I didn't get any replies to it. Guess people
I'd
caught
like
on
to
that.
start.
Maybe attention seeking. I don't
Like,
know.
I'd like to start a live journal just for the sake of it.
Yeah. Keep in mind though, LiveJournal pretty much don't look like what it did 10 years ago. Back when LiveJournal was still popular, you used to be able to customize your own profile layouts and your journals and all that. But it seems these days you don't get to customize your own layouts on there anymore, like with YouTube and Twitter.
And space, hey?
Space say you can customize your own layouts. I think what you mean is MySpace, you can't customize your layouts anymore. MySpace has changed for the worse. Design
Yeah.
as a
But
design, I'm not really liking the current design. It just looks messy. Basically, MySpace has it's no
the
longer
shit.
user friendly. It used to be user friendly when it was in its heyday. Sad to say
Yes, it.
that I signed up right when it was waning in popularity and everybody was switched over to Facebook at that point, but we're still able to customize my own layouts, which is nice. But yeah,
Yeah, I like customizing my own stuff instead of fooling and farting around with things I'd rather not deal with.
yes, I prefer my layouts to look pretty, as in my profile layouts. I like them to look pretty and unique. What I like about customizable layouts is that it makes your page stand out from others and you don't have the bland layout that everybody else has. That
That's true.
I would like to see an individuality on each person's profile, whether it be through, videos, sites like YouTube or something like Tumblr, anything like
Yeah.
that. That's what I like about those sites was that you get to customize your layouts, but then I believe apparently because of supposed
Hacker.
malware resulting from supposedly designing on layouts, they decided to make everyone's profiles look all the same. Like, that's
Uh,
sad.
You gotta blame the terrorists. Always frickin' blame the terrorists for ruining the fun stuff.
Yes,
Sorry, but I have to say
everywhere.
that. I frickin' say that. As they've sucked the fun out of a lot of things for me too, and I'd like to. But anyways,
Yeah, before we go off on a further tangent, I used to get really upset at those type of comments, but
that people would
over,
say
over,
nasty stuff to you.
yeah, and on Vine too. It was when I was doing a small Nirvana cover, because Vine videos have to be only 6 seconds long, and someone said that,
Uh,
and I quote, "You suck, sorry." And stupidly, I removed the comment. That was quite done. I did not have that much of a thick skin back then. But then over time, as things in my personal life and the real life realm of things, you know, got worse and all that, negative comments don't bother me as much anymore, unless it's the really serious ones,
like serious ones, like
like anything pertaining to victim blaming or telling someone to kill themselves, that type of
oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah, that's it. I've gotten many of those, many in my day, as well as I have had one person on Vampire Freaks one time say, you're ugly. And I said, you're racist. And I reported them.
Girl! Wow.
Yeah,
Lord.
if you can't stand global sapiens, as I call them, mixed race people who are mixed in with more than two races, don't deal with them. Just go and not bother with those people. Don't just bother with the purebreds. You know what I mean? If we bother you so much,
Right. Right. There's the purebreds and there's the mixed
global
breds.
sapien. Yep,
Oh,
the Homo sapiens.
global sapiens. I've never heard that term before.
That's
This is
for
like the
people for
time. It's the first
this
time I've
is
heard that term.
that is when you have more than two different races, where you're tri, quad, or whatever racial, more
Yeah.
than biracial. If you have, like, let's say you're indigenous and you have Hispanic in you and white and a little bit of black, then you're a global sapien. I have East Asian, Central East Asian, South Asian, Middle Eastern, and white, and some black in me. And
I. Oh, continue.
because I did a true ancestry thing, not just that ancestry test
Oh,
on
cool.
ancestry.com, but they said something about Nubia, which would
Nubia?
be yeah, which would be modern day Sudan.
Oh, wow.
Yep, so it's there. So that's why I say global sapiens instead of mixed race or something like that. I got the term off of a book that I read, which was pretty good.
Oh,
Which
that's
was
amazing.
also which was called Global Sapiens.
Wow, that is so cool. I'd like to
Mhm.
check that one out.
Yeah, if you can find it, that would be good. I
Yes.
just want to have a lucky find one day.
Global Sapiens.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Yeah, that's much more inclusive instead of racial, triracial, biracial. I don't like the racial stuff.
Right, because, you know, how sensitive it is.
It's not just sensitive to me, it can be sensitive to anyone.
Right.
If you're
Yeah.
a decent human being, it's going to be a ouch topic for you if you're a decent human being. So, anyways, when the person said, you look ugly on Vampire Freaks, I said, you're racist, you're gross, and I reported that.
Yes.
And Jet, actually, or Jethro, whatever his name, got rid of her.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
Really.
usually I had more better experiences, like example, meeting you and other things on what is it called?
Uh,
Vampire Freak that I had bad.
oh, yes, it was in that one group when we were engaging in an interesting discussion about politics.
Yeah,
Ah, now I remember.
yeah, and guitars and stuff. I think you were just starting up on the guitar.
Why, yes, that's correct. I started up a year before, actually.
Yeah, so that was really good.
Yeah, the memories. The memories. So, what are the results of, you know, negative comments online? It can be when you change profiles just to avoid the offender. Like,
Oh yeah,
Wicked, you have a habit of consistently signing up for new accounts, whether it be for various reasons, but in some cases,
most.
it bullying. Am I
Yep,
right?
that's right.
Me
Because
personally, sorry, continue.
I was on Facebook dating looking for friends and I got ass wipes instead.
Ass wipes everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere these days.
Yeah, so you gotta really be careful.
Yeah, I know that. So that's why I said, well, I can't fix stupid, but I can certainly avoid Facebook dating.
Yes, I've never used Facebook dating, luckily, because I don't believe in
Fluff
dating
it.
sites.
Yeah, fluff it. Fluff them.
Yes, fluff it. Fluff
That's
it.
why I was like constantly going through more Facebooks than underwear. And that ticked me off a lot.
Yes, it would. Yes. You know, luckily, I've only gone through several accounts just a few times, but before ultimately sticking with the ones I have now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
some people change accounts off more often than the other, you know. It's just how the
I,
internet works sometimes.
it just depends on the asshole and how they were, not the person changing the account, but the bully.
Yes. Well, speaking of killing yourself, there's this one. person on Twitter back in this was during the whole Repgate scandal. And if you guys are wondering what Repgate is, it's a scandal involving Repzion's video on assisted suicide that he
Oh,
uploaded,
yeah.
and it caused a lot of controversy. I was a fan of Take Shot Action at the time, and Take Shot Action was one of his good friends. And so I get a reply from this a-hole saying, "You take shot loving, take shot action loving, bitch, go die," or somewhere along those lines. I can't remember exactly what the comment read, as it was over a decade ago when this whole thing occurred, but
Yeah,
amazingly, I didn't get too upset by it, but it felt
that's
quite unnerving.
yeah, that's why I got semicolons on my middle fingers. If people tell me to kill themselves, I message the middle finger to them, and they see what it really is, and they can't stop it.
Right. Boy, I could get that on my middle finger too, so I could
Yeah,
get some
you
proof.
kind of have to go through a lot of mental torment to get to earn any kind of semicolon tattoo. You have to have been
Yeah.
through, excuse the term, the
Yes. Yes, I've had my own fair share of suicidal ideations,
then
but
get
even
the
so,
thing.
that was nothing compared to what you or a handful of my other friends went through. I mean, some of them went through quite worse.
Oh yeah,
It's
I've
just a
had.
reminder to be grateful that if you didn't go through the extent of what your friends that went through such a poor trials went through, you got to be grateful,
You mean
grateful
trauma?
that, yes, trauma.
Oh yeah, those. That's a real. Excuse my language. People cover your ears. Trauma is a bitch.
It is no joke. There's severe trauma, there's mild trauma, there's moderate trauma, and not in
I
that order
had the
necessarily,
severe.
but
I had the doo doo, the real king turd, the severe.
yes. I
Hooray.
Yeah, 2013 was one of those times when I went through something as close to the King Turd. There were some issues back then that, granted, have since been resolved, that I'm not going to get into just for that very reason. But man,
Okay,
my mind was messed up that time. I was going through a
that's
really
all.
messed up time that time, but
So
I was
was
able to.
I. My grandmother passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, mine
At
died
that
in
time,
2022.
ouch.
Yeah.
That's when my mother. Well, let's not get into war stories, but anyways, let's talk about snot season.
Oh, yes. Spring, aka spring solstice, aka pollen season. So, first and foremost, what do you like about spring?
The fact that I could go around in a t-shirt or sweater and not have to bother with a coat for the most part. And I like the flowers, although they make me sneeze like a brat. I still like the flowers and stuff.
That's
That
also
being
what I
said,
like about spring too. Just the flowers alone. It's the flowers alone, as well as
and
being able to go out in the sun without the fear of having to burn to death. Though there are some days when it gets exceptionally hot, like into the late 80s, like it is in my area today, and I was sweating quite a lot.
oh boy,
Well,
I hope you were
not really,
drinking.
but it still felt hot as I was doing the usual gardening and taking my dogs on a
Oh,
walk.
oh boy, that would be sweat inducing.
Yeah,
So,
because
and the thing
it
I don't like,
continue.
the one thing I don't like about spring is the boogers. Sorry to be graphic, but you have allergy season and you just want to sneeze, blow your nose. You feel like you're getting waterboarded in your sleep. It's not effing fun.
No, it's not. Not part of the
God.
reason for that is the weather change, like what it seems to be in my case. And
Yeah,
can you believe it?
that's-
This is like the second cold I've had this year. First one I've had was like back in January, and it was freaking winter too.
yeah. This one, I think I just had the flu the one time. Man, that was a demonic. Remember, I said I was at peace if I died.
Oh yeah.
That was because of that flu. I have a choice word for these common diseases like the flus and colds. Uh, but I'm not going to say it here because it involves an anatomy part.
Right. And it's something that is in your
Is
pants that you can't
vulgar.
see. Yeah.
Yep,
Very vulgar.
very vulgar. Very vulgar.
Too. Oh,
That's
man.
what I think about allergies, colds, flu. It's like, ugh, you fill in the blank.
Fluffer.
Fluffer, yeah. That would be a better example. I'm
Yes.
sorry to
My
use the
favorite
word
example.
fluff.
Fluffy fluff.
Anyways, fluffy fluff.
What are your
Yeah,
favorite types of flowers?
dandelions, when they go to seed, they look like a mini universe. Daisies,
Yes.
and I love wildflowers. Wildflowers, I don't know why, but I just always love wildflowers.
Me, I tend to lean towards roses and cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms,
I'm a
though, are
cherry
synonymous with
blossom
Japan.
fan too. I'm a cherry blossom and apple blossom fan. If I ever see any darn pictures of them, not pictures of them, but see them around where I live,
Ooh.
then I will take pictures of them, not just for you, but because I just enjoy them myself.
Well, that's cool. Oh, there's also one thing I forgot to mention that are my favorite flowers, marigold. I love marigolds because of the color and how bright they are.
Yeah. I also
Yes.
enjoy lilacs.
Oh my God, lilacs. Lilacs are good too.
God, they perfume the air and they give off a nice aroma.
You mean like those type of flowers that have the deep pink and the brownish
Yep.
dots on the inside? Yes,
And
those. They
then there is morning glories.
Ooh, morning glories. What's the story, morning glory?
Oi-
You see what I did there? Da-da-da-da. One of those references to the band Oasis. Ha!
Oasis. Oh, that's interesting.
Yep, and then as for Marigold, there was a song called Marigold by Dave Grohl, shortly after the death of Kurt Cobain. Just,
Oh God, I remember that.
yeah.
That wasn't good. Spoiler alert and lesson learned. If you can't handle fame, and I'm sorry to say this, I'm not trying to besmirch anyone's name who may be dead, but if you can't handle fame, maybe you should not kill yourself, but try to find another way to deal with the stress.
Absolutely, because there back then mental health was considered taboo, in Kurt Cobain's time, but these days a lot of people are more open about their mental health.
I'm an
Yeah, so
open book when it comes to it.
yeah, I'm not as much of an open book as you are, for personal reasons, but I really do admire your openness about this.
Thank you. Do you have anything else to say, or do you want to cut it there today?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So I am back on Pokemon Go. So if you want to know what my friend code is, you can go in the description below as I will be putting it there as I can't remember it accurate for the life of me. But yeah, please, if you guys have Pokemon Go accounts, please add me. Please add my friend code. My name on there is Didi Gandalf.
Okay. Oh, so you don't need a data plan or anything?
Well, you sort of do, yes. You can play via Wi-Fi too, but you'd have to sit in your house in order to play it. You can't go
Mm,
anywhere outside beyond that unless there's any Wi-Fi areas. But yeah, you can play it on Wi-Fi too.
perfect.
Alrighty.
Okay, if you like our content, feel free to like, subscribe, and smash the bell button for more content. We will see you on next Wednesday.
For the new Ducky Alien Files episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh crap. Yeah, I was going to mention our Skinwalker video received 770 views as of current. And I was gonna touch up on that one comment that we received. Basically, the commenter described how the reading of the creepypasta bored them, and then he said disliked. Such a bold statement, if you ask me.
Very bold move.
Yeah. And Wicked basically killed them with kindness.
Yeah.
Thought that was pretty entertaining to see. Yeah, but just so you know that it's nothing too serious and it's not an attack on us personally. Comments like that are just nothing more than just feedback on the video, not on us as a person. That's important to note. But nonetheless, that was all in good fun. Just wanted to
Okay.
put that out there. But yes,
Yeah.
anyway, do what Wicked said earlier, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.
Toodaloo!